If you don't mind, I'm going to sit down a little bit. Hello, Saboten! So, did you guys have a good weekend? This place was crazy. But I have to say, this last 16 months has probably been the hardest time of my life. And I'm sure there's a lot of people here that feel the same way. And being here with my family and with you guys and just having fun for the past 4 days has been so energizing and making me feel like we're somewhat back. And I just can't thank all of you who came out, wore your masks the entire weekend, and had fun and enjoyed everything that was going on. I mean, there is a lot of shows that we run that we walk out of, and the team just feels energized. And this show we walked into, and it was just nuts from the time our foot hit the floor. From the DDOS attacks on Friday that took down our entire website for the entire day, to the website being down so we couldn't do any local credit card processing, so Greg turned into Credit Card Central for the weekend and sat in front of the computer with phone calls and just punched in numbers all day on Saturday. Yes, I literally from 10 a.m., my wife can shake her head and tell you, she never talked to me, from 10 a.m. on Saturday morning, the whole way through till Sunday morning, right? Saturday. Yeah, yesterday. So yeah, Sunday morning till 6 p.m. I literally was on the phone 90% of the day doing credit card charges the entire day. I got so fed up. At 4 o'clock, I wrote my own little credit card processing system and I gave their registration so they could do it themselves. So if there's ever a testament to, if you can throw the kitchen sink in an event and they still can walk out with smiles on their face, I honestly think this is probably the event that, if we could get tested in any way, from changing it to having full required masks the Monday before the event, to coming down and having teams not make it in early enough for load-in, so we had to load in during vendor hall, to the amazing DDoS attack that took us down completely all day Friday. And I was, you can ask anybody that was sitting in that room with me, I was sitting there fighting as hard as I could, and finally I gave up around 4 o'clock, and I'm like, I'm just putting that at a static website. It isn't worth the hassle or the fight at that point. But we did have a little bit of hiccups for lines on Friday. Lines took at one time about 2 hours to get in. That's unacceptable. And it was so unacceptable that I decided just to grab a whole big stack of Friday badges, and I walked back through the line of people that were pre-reg, and I just gave them a Friday badge, and I said, get in the convention and have fun. I mean, that's what you should do as an event when you're putting people out. But I will say on Friday night when I sat down with Reg and I sat down with my director and I'm like, okay, well, what can we do to change things? And we found out some of the things that were slowing us down. We figured out that we could process about 1,500 to 1,800 people an hour, so why were we so slow? We found the culprits and we changed that Saturday from 9:45 a.m. when the line was starting to go around the corner, and at 10 a.m. when it finally hit 2nd Street down here by AZ Republic. We were processing between 1,800 to 2,000 people an hour from 10 a.m. till 5:45 p.m. You can do the math to realize how many people were just here on a Saturday. And I can tell you the amazing thing was, the line that started back there on Friday at the 2nd Street down by AZ Republic that took 2 hours, on Saturday and the rest of the weekend, if you were down that far, it took you 45 minutes. So that is a true testament to this staff and this team. And the amazing work that all of the event support did and the security and the line and access did all weekend long to make sure that you guys could get in. If you were part of the Friday line coming in, I do apologize. It was a hiccup, it was a bad hiccup. We figured out how to fix it. Unfortunately, you were part of the problem that happened, but luckily we found out what the issue was and we fixed it for the rest of the weekend. And luckily now we fixed it moving forward into the next couple years too. Because when you hear our attendance number, your eyes are going to jump out of your head. I know, well, it's funny because I think it's going to jump out of your head, but I walked around all my staff and I'm like, okay, what do you think? I always do this. I'm like, what do you think the number is? What do you think the number is? Because I get an idea of what I think it is just by walking around. And it's amazing to see how much staff actually sees how much attendance is going up too, because almost one of them were within like 1,000 to 1,500 of the final number. So it's kind of funny just to see that. So I can't thank you guys enough. This was probably the toughest business year we've had since we've been Monkey Paw for 15 years. From not making a dime for 16 months to wondering if we were going to have a convention when Delta decided to rear its ugly head at the beginning of August and we were worried everything was going to go into shutdown mode again, to not getting much direction from anybody to kind of tell us what we were supposed to do. It was trying. And to add to that, working with probably 60% of the normal staff that we have, and about 60 to 70% of the normal event support that we normally have. I can't stress this enough. And we've been doing this for a long time, Stacy and I. And there is just some people that have been with us since 2008 and 2009 that I would go to battle and take a sword for. And I saw the same reactions from them over this time getting us into this. And I don't want to say we joke, because we don't. We mean it when we say it, but we say we're a family. And I'm getting kind of choked up, but you have to understand, we are a family. And we wouldn't be doing this if we didn't enjoy it, because this isn't a lucrative business. You see the attendance come in, but that money's going out so fast with rentals and guests and hotel rooms and everything. At the end of the day, we're doing this for the love of you guys out there. And this staff just knocked it out of the park in a year that a lot of shows have really stumbled because of the slowdown in their support that they've had. So I really want to say from the bottom of my heart for everybody who was here this weekend in any way that was event support or staff, you're truly loved by Stacy and I, and we wouldn't have been anywhere near as successful if it wasn't for you guys that came out and helped us make the show happen. Sorry, I'm usually not a very emotional person, so it's kind of weird to be up here and kind of showing that side of me. I apologize. As we always do, I do want to get you guys some recognition. So if you were event support or staff this weekend, please stand up. You guys really are the lifeblood of this event. And every year when we have this conversation, I bring this up because I want you guys to know this. We're always looking for more people to have fun with us. We're always looking for more people to help. You can do 4 hours and get a badge for the day if you just want to come in one day and test it out to see if it's something you want to do. We're a crazy bunch. I will scare you away, but we're a crazy bunch. No, dear God. If your purpose is to make me tear up here, I am not going to do it. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. We are a crazy bunch. Kira's been with me since the good old days, and I have Chris, who's been with me since 2008. I have our senior staff, our executive senior staff for Monkey Paw. I don't think there's anybody that's in the executive position that hasn't been with me since at least 2009 and stayed with me. So either we're all crazy or we like what we do. I'm hoping it's the second more than the first, but it's probably a little bit of a mix of the both, so I can just say that's that. So, but I will say it's fun. I mean, if nothing beats seeing the smile on people's faces through the entire weekend and seeing just a little bit of something that you do in making someone's day. So if you are interested, please reach out to any of us. Reach out to us on social media, shoot a message. Like I said, you don't have to work a lot of hours. If it's something you just want to check and see if it's something you want to do, we'll find a space for you and we'll see if it's something you want to do. And if they find out you want to do something else inside the event after you do the first thing, we never stop people from trying something new. In fact, I love people who learn other parts of the business because it lets you realize that there's other areas of the convention more than just programming. There's operations, there's everything else. So if you are interested, just watch for our announcements. We'll be doing a big drive. Because of the number we're going to announce for attendance at this show, we will be doing a big drive for 2022. The number I'm going to tell you, it's flabbergasting, but we're not going to hit that next year. I mean, I really hope we do, but I honestly think not a large portion, but probably 50% growth that we saw of the growth is the pandemic. I just need to get out and go to a convention and see people. Because I know that's how I'm going. But I will say, and I'm going on, so I apologize, but this has been kind of emotional for us. I will say that I've watched a lot of the groups that normally don't do anime conventions. And if you're one of the people in here that I'm going to talk about, thank you. And I hope you had a good weekend. We've seen a lot of non-anime fans come through the doors this weekend. And I saw groups from all around the Phoenix area that said, oh my God, why haven't I gone to Saboten before this weekend? And I heard people in here, it's like, oh man, why haven't we been here before? It's fun. I didn't think, I thought it was just anime. No, it's so many other things. So it was nice to hear that. And it's kind of reaffirming to the staff because we kind of get lost in ourselves a lot when we're doing our job. And we get focused on what we're doing, and sometimes we miss hearing the accolades from all the people around us. And so it was really nice this year, even with the craziness that was this year, to kind of hear the groups that haven't been around us to really say, hey, this was amazing. I mean, I had people, I'll do this one story and I'll shut up, I'm sorry. On Friday, when the line had been out there for an hour and 15 minutes, I'm pushing water back through the line so we can get people at least water so they get something. And I had people apologizing to me and thanking us for just doing what we're doing, and it's okay that they're waiting out there that long. And I was ready to have like pitchforks, torches, and stones thrown at me as I'm going through there. So I think that was the thing that really kind of reaffirmed that we're more than just a convention. And when I say we, I mean we, everybody in here, everybody who was here at the convention. We're a community that loves each other and loves doing what we're doing. And I really felt that even in the worst of times that we probably could have had on Friday, it wasn't. It was welcoming and letting us know, hey, it's okay. We understand. We know you're doing to help us to get us to where we need to get to. So if you're in that line again, I'm sorry. If you're one of the newcomers that came in this year, thank you. I hope you had a blast. I really do. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I hope you go tell friends. And that's the one thing that if you're new to here, you're going to hear something that I say at every convention. If you come to all my conventions, you go, oh God, here goes Greg doing this thing again. My challenge to you at your next event or gathering or something you go to, make a new friend. Find somebody who's maybe in a corner, maybe a little more introverted, maybe a little shy because they're there for the first time. Go say hi. Make a friend. Do something with them small at that event. Just do something little and have some fun. Maybe find a way to do something with that person after you walk out of the event so you both go to another event after that. And then find two friends that way. Because that's how we build a community. And that's why we run conventions, and that's why I'm hoping a lot of people who are here is to help this community grow and to just have fun. I mean, at the end of the day, anything in life that really matters is just enjoying what you're doing and having fun. So I really hope you take that to heart and realize that that's really something you really should try to do on a daily basis, is try to see if you can just reach out a little bit of compassion and try to help someone that maybe is having a tough day. So just keep that in your thoughts and go out from this event and kind of take that to the next one. So with that, I will see what guests I have here. I know that the amazing, where's he at? He's hiding. I know he is. I don't know where he is. I know he's here. So I will give my story. Mr. Les Claypool, before he comes up here. Oh, there he is. I am an old school anime fan. And I'm also an old school heavy metal, headbanger, Metallica, you name it. I was the person that influenced listening to that music. I love Primus.
Primus sucks!
And I'm one of the best bassists around.
Yeah.
I'm watching this anime for the first time, and I honestly forget which one it is, and that's when you had to race out the Sun Coast, which we were talking about the other night, and get a VHS tape. Yes, I'm that old. It wasn't beta. And you get home, pay your $35, go home, and you get watch your two animes in this series. And I saw this name scrolling down, and all of a sudden I saw Les Claypool. I'm like, holy bleep, Les Claypool's doing anime. And I started watching, and I started buying into it, and then I did a little research about it a couple months later, and I thought, okay, well, it's not Les Claypool from Prime, but this man, and many of the others that we bring that have been around for a long time, many of you might not be sitting here, or we might not even have the industry that we have if it wasn't for the pioneers like Les and Mary, and many of the others that cut their teeth in the anime as it came across the shore for the very first time back when it was called Japanimation. So that's a very good guy.
I just have to say that it's been three years since we were last at Saboten, and we haven't been to a convention since the pandemic hit. And we're a little out of practice. And the minute we hit ground here, it was like coming back to a family reunion. And he uses the word family, and he uses the word friends. This is just like coming back to a beloved reunion. We love Saboten. We love the attendees. We adore the staff. They are just amazing. We have the best time here. And I can't say enough good things about this convention. And you are all amazing. We're so happy that you had us here, and we just absolutely have the best time ever.
microphone in my face, I'll go on friggin' hours, right? Why I have all these panels that we do. Hey, I get to talk. Actually, tinnitus says I can now take out my earplugs like I have to hear. With that being said, I'm not sure what I should say. The jokester. Yeah, no. Let's not take it that far, buddy.
You're never too old.
I'm usually the guy that's like shooting the joke in when he's listening to what everybody else is saying. But I concur with her. You guys are great. We've done conventions where it's easy for us to say, well, cross that one off the list. We don't need to return there. No, we're going to pay you twice as much. Like I said, cross that one off the list. This one and a few others are I get an email or a phone call from Greg and it's like, well, yeah. Of course we're going to Saboten. You guys are amazing. His staff, look, I don't know if you guys know, because it's kind of hard to know things when you're in the middle of them and you're involved in them, how amazing they might be. You know, like working on Ghost in the Shell and then something happens 10 years, 20 years later. We need to do a panel on this one. Okay, we didn't know. In case that's the same circumstance for you guys, in case you don't know, this is an amazing convention. The people that run it are amazing. Greg and Stacy are wonderful. You guys are all great. We didn't have a single bad interaction the entire weekend. I mean, it was wonderful. So, just to let you guys know, we've done a lot of cons. Saboten, Greg and Stacy. Everybody, you guys are amazing. We're thankful that we get asked to be here and hang with all of you. And without all of you, we would have had no career. I mean, we're here because of you. So thank you. One more thing. You want to know what the Les Claypool who's not Primus did today? I signed a bass guitar. And of course, I prefaced said autograph with, from the other Les. Not the private one. No, but if any of you saw my Mag 8, Magnitude 8 panel yesterday, the distributed led, the dubbing and all that, I have a clip in there from 1985 when I was in a band and I was playing bass. There was a little bit where I was not that other guy. So I just want to thank all of you so much, and hopefully we'll see you again.
All right. And now, Kobe, would you like to come up?
いろいろと大変なことあってね、でもここにたどり着いてみんなに会えてね、本当に僕は楽しかったんだけど、誰も分かってないやないかい。What's happening, Saboten-Con? Everybody okay? Who had a blast this weekend? Who had a blast? Amazing. I had a blast with you guys. Thank you for having me. You know, I love Arizona so much. I love Saboten-Con. And, you know, I just feel like I was also, you know, so emotional too. Because, you know, like he said, 2020, last 1 year and a half, we had a hard time, right? Some people lost their jobs, some people lost their family. But we are all survivors. We survived, we're still here. So I feel like, you know, we should appreciate, you know, because we're still here. We should appreciate what we have. You know, we sometimes take it for granted, but, you know, I think we are so lucky to be here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. What? The first one of us can't come up? Okay. This- Can you write this any smaller for an old man who doesn't have his glasses on? Holy crap! Oh, I can't read that. Can you? Yeah, come on, get up here. Here, come on. I need that, old people. So, since these two are coming up, I want to say something. So, we've been doing Creators Corner now for 4 years? Okay. So, one of the things that, and you heard me talk earlier, one of the things that I wanted to do was start to bring more of the community in, start to bring in more of the local artists, start to get them to be in with the community, help get you guys trained and teach you what they do, and then also help them get contacts in and get more business, right? So I challenged this gentleman over here with the little samurai knot on his head. He's in training. I challenged him 5 years ago, since we've been doing it 4 years ago. I gave him my vision. And Malachi's been with me since 2008. Right. So back in the days, back in the old days. So he's one of my executives that have been with me since the beginning. I challenged him and I said, here's my vision. I want to have an area that has local artists, not regional, not outside of the area. I want Phoenix grown and talent here to help get their name out so more people know who they are, and to help let them take their talent and train a new breed coming through. So every year we have more people that are getting into the industry, more people start to learn what's going on and get to do more cool things, and help artists that are here that are amazing get more contact because maybe people didn't know who they were. He did an amazing job. Along that time, this gentleman started to walk in, and then he started to help with Malachi and even help with the grow even more. And I can't say enough of, again, the amazing part of my staff that when I sit down and say, hey, here's what I'm looking for, knocked out of the park. So I just wanted to say that before these guys talk, because it's Creators Corner, while it's ours for the convention, if it wasn't for this gentleman and this gentleman coming in, it would not even be, it would be a shell of what it was. So I do thank you guys both so much. We need this.
And I know Greg always touches up on this, but definitely thank you so much. Whenever we set out to do the Creators Corner, it was more of a how can we give back to the community and the people that kind of brought us to where we are now. Brought us to a few hundred people in that hallway of Death Hotel to, you know, this big, what do you call this? big community that we have now. And I do think a lot of people are happy and grateful for it, because not only are we bringing in, you know, local people to, you know, kind of get their name out there, but they're also teaching kind of the people that are wanting to get in the industry. And I think it's not only good for them, it's definitely good for the community, good for those individual creators who want to create and make a name out of themselves. So definitely happy it's been growing the way it has, and it kind of
Before I get to the actual order of business, talking about that website attack, I do have a message. Is there a camera in here that's recording? That one, right? I have a message for them if they're watching. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. if you are looking for a ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I have acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my Greg's website go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. And I will find you. And I will kill you. You mess with one bean, you get the whole burrito, man. So my name is Alex Pescador. I was not originally staff, but I've been with them since 2009. I was just an artist alley person and then a vendor hall person. And Greg told me once upon a time, hey, do the comic eventually, maybe you'll be a guest. So we graduated to that, and hanging out with them all the time got me roped into this. So now I'm an art director and the Creators Corner person, and I complain, but it's a lot of fun. The main thing that happened, the three of us were talking, I think just randomly during one of the Sabos, and we were ranting about how certain unnamed shows do not provide platforms for local creators. And the hypothesis was this. Arizona is very unique. There's not a lot of states demographically that can support the amount of comic book stores, anime stores, these types of conventions. If you look at the attendance demographically, it's very congested for the lack of population. You don't see this in states with 20 million people. So the idea was there's obviously a hunger in the community for the product, and there's probably a lot of creators that are not going utilized. And so we said, well, if no one else is going to do it, why aren't we going to do it? And that's exactly what we've been doing. So Creators Corner is an opportunity to provide that platform to people, whether they are makers, people who make art, shirts, comics, cosplayers, prop makers. We're looking for all those types of people. And we like to place a special importance on local creators. We will take other people, but we're Arizona first. So every year we're looking to get new people. I'm hoping that next year I can expand it, double, and fill that entire hallway, Greg. Please, it's on camera now, so you can't stop it. I'm going to call up two particular creators who I admire a lot. They're trying to shrink in the back right now. You don't need to do that. Get up here. In fact, you got a long walk, so just start now. They're a group called Urban Weed. They just started their company a little while ago. I think it's within the last year. But what's amazing about them is this young lady right here, Deanna, I've been trying to get to this show for about 4 or 5 years. So I wanted you guys to know how things work in real life. She knew my friend Shay of Blue Crown Comics in the back is hiding. She knew Shay at work, just randomly. Shay's on her phone, and she's like, look at my friend's art. And immediately I'm like, why isn't she with us? She's one of us. She should be here at Sabo. So we asked, and she said no, repeatedly. She was too shy, she had anxiety, But she then met this handsome gentleman. And together, they helped give each other the confidence to go forward with this. So behind the scenes, I'm Facebook stalking them constantly, because I'm seeing all this artwork just appearing, and they're making t-shirts and all these things, but they weren't going to a show, they were just doing it for themselves. So I was like, oh, you gotta come to the show. So I'm gonna turn it over to Josh and Deanna so they can kind of let you know about them. Oh, you guys, one of you guys was talking.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we are so excited that we got invited by Alex. We are just, I don't know, I have no words. I don't have any words,
Yeah, so let me just spin around. I gotta envision everybody in their underwear.
I'm not wearing any.
So, yeah, words can't express just how appreciative we are for Alex giving us a chance, for everybody who came to our booth, you know, to talk to us, to share their stories. It's been a great experience. This is my first convention ever, and I gotta say, I got the con vision. I got the con vision. I'm gonna do that. I think that's a con. Say that's, yeah, that's probably wrong thing to say. Probably shouldn't say. But no, I want to thank everybody, and it was a great time. And Saboten 2021 was awesome.
And like Jamie's problem, it will return next year. So I got two more things. Who liked the badges this year? Anyone say that? I know you did. So, if you guys remember 2 years ago, we changed up the badge designs and tried to make it more of a theme, tried to make it more collector's art. We changed the badges back down to this size at the last minute. But I like these better, actually, to be perfectly honest. It was a design challenge, but it was a lot of fun. This year's theme, if you did not tell, it was stained glass Studio Ghibli. So if you did not have a chance to see all the badges, they are up here at the end of the show. Please do not hit and fight each other for them. But I think these are like collector's items, you guys. That's what we try and do. A lot of the creator supporter artists, a lot of the local artists are the people who provide the badge art. So if you look on the back of your badge, if you really like the artist on there, it says who did it. Please find them, please let them know online. Most of them are on Facebook, Instagram. Support them. These are the people putting in the hard work to make the show look good. No, they make me look good. I didn't do the art, I just put it together, you know? But there are some really good ones up here. Josh and Deanna did some as well. I think Deanna did Ponyo, and Josh, which one did you do?
Lupin.
Yeah, Lupin the third one, yeah. So, Shay did both the staff badge for Howl's Moving Castle and the Kazuo badge. I don't know if you saw it, the guest badge was a stained glass version of her. But yeah, it's really cool. If you see stuff like that, I'm looking for people constantly. When you see me out and about in the convention center, I actually don't hang out anymore. I like just kind of doing the art thing. So I'm trying to find new people, meet new people, to expose you guys to the great art that's in the community. So I'm going to give you guys a preview. Next year that I'm putting together for Saboten is going to be playing cards. This whole section is going to be anime characters, and instead of like the king duplicated, it'd be like Sonic and Knuckles or like Sephiroth and Cloud, and it'd be like the king. So I think people are going to be fighting over those, I hope. Thank you. Every show is themed from now on. So if you come to Konnichiwa in November, it's actually Japanese ink drawings. That's going to be the stuff. So we're really going there with the level of art. I can brag and say I've never seen a show in the United States that does look like we do, because they don't got me. But you're about to get ambushed, actually. They have something for you. So Nina, can you come up here? Where's Nina?
So before you guys knew me as Wave Productions, I worked on the East Coast as a senior member staffer of a convention that sadly no longer exists. It's called Erie Anime Experience. That is why I am no longer a member of staff. It is very difficult work, and everybody has an opinion on how you could do it. Everyone has an opinion on how you could do it better. And most of those people have never worked for a convention in their lives. So, this year coming in, I follow Greg on Facebook, and I follow a lot of the staff on Facebook, and there were a lot of challenges that you never saw. If you are not a panelist, if you're not part of vendor hall or any of that, when you walked in the door, you probably thought, wow, this DDOS attack is sucky, and that was only the latest in a long series of ups and downs, including Greg deciding for some reason he wanted to do something really nice, simple, build his own house. In a pandemic. So I and this is only a fraction of the people who were here. But if you were staff, including senior member staff, could I ask you to stand up again? And now could I ask you guys to come to the front, because we need your help.
You're wearing a staff badge.
I never realized how big this room is. This is like my third closing ceremony, so I've never realized how big this room is. So, I was running 10 pianos this weekend and yet did not get the chance to talk to as many people as I would have liked to. But if you guys can help me unroll this. The attendees of Saboten would like to thank you for the work that you did. Nobody knows better than someone who has worked staff how difficult a job it is, and I can only imagine what it had to take to do it this year of all years. So, absolutely, from someone who's done this job to other people who are doing this job, you have done so much with so little in the face of such great difficulties, and I am so proud to call this my home line. And I am so grateful that you are all here.
I can speak. Thank you. Guys, seriously, you're trying to tug on every little heartstring I have right now. I'm trying not to. I see dog paws. Seriously, is that CL? Oh my God, that is. Thank you. I mean, I said it at the beginning. This is family, and this is why we do what we do. And I love you guys at the bottom of my heart. I really do. I can't say much more. Thank you. So, I want you guys to all stay up here, because we have a special guest here today. So, Kazuha, can you please come up? So, Kazuha has been with us for 10 years, and I can't thank her enough for even giving us the opportunity to bring her. She is humble for as amazing as she is, and all these people you see standing here, she's staff as well. And I want you guys to realize that. So I know you do this to me every time, but the staff got together for your 10 year, and we got the badge, and we framed it for you.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy to be back, and I'm not from here, but everybody always welcome us as a family, and thank you. I didn't expect this, so.
It's a
tradition, so I have to give you. It's a long sleeve shirt. It might be too big, but you can use it as a pajama or something. And I hope to be back again, but as the con welcomes us. I wasn't gonna do this today, but we have to do it. So when I say Saboten, you say Con. Saboten! 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 And how do you pronounce your last name? Fennell. When I say Greg, you say Fennell. Greg? 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 Thank you so much.
Yeah, I know. I know I said it at the beginning, and I'm probably being a little more emotional than normal because I think we all had a year that we need to just rally around people. These people kept me going, and I hope I had some way of, in some form or another, help these 5 people get to where we got to today, to get to this last 16 months. It's been tough for everybody, not just us. So thank you, my family up here, and thank you guys so much for attending the show and to give us the opportunity to put the show on for you on a yearly basis. It's humbling, and it's fun. So I can't say much more because if I keep on talking, I am going to cry, and I'm not going to see that from it. So, so with that being said, before I do the final announcements, remember, badges are up here. Please come up in a nice, calm fashion, order. There's enough there. We had enough badges for 30,000 attendees. So we had some extra badges. So everybody wants to know kind of where we were, right? So Saturday was nuts. So if you want to kind of get an idea, Friday's attendance was kind of close to a mid-Saturday, the way things went. Saturday was double attendance that we've had in any other year on a Saturday. Sunday was an 80% of a Saturday, which is usually about a 40% of a Saturday. And today, we had a line going almost to the door on a Monday. We've never had a line on a Monday. My registration director's like, I'm doing credit cards and nobody's, like, I've been here for an hour still doing credit cards. It's been amazing, and I really hope, damn you people. I really hope, if you're new, I hope you had a good weekend, and I hope you found a home with us. I really do. I hope that you found your new place to come and be the norm, which is what we say is, this is your chance over the weekend to be the norm. We might be considered outcasts a lot of times when we walk outside of this space. Sorry for swearing, I apologize. So in 2016, our attendance after we did the final calculations was a little bit over 16,000. I think it was like 16,110, I think is what it was. And this year's numbers have engulfed that number and went way past it. So without further ado, Saboten 2021's official attendance is 23,139. close on that, but I want you to understand, this is coming from a show in 2008 that had 1,000 people. This is coming from a show in just a little over 7 years ago, and he had 9,000 and 7,000 people. To be, and we see this, to be as loved as we're getting to be from this community is humbling. And I really hope we can get close to that number for next year. I do feel that it's a pandemic growth. I'm sure if we can hit that number again next year, we'll actually have grown, because I think it'll be keeping some people and bring some people back. But that number is very humbling. There's not too many shows in the United States from the anime side that can say that number. And it's humbling, and it makes me proud of the work that these guys have got us to. It really is a testament to the love and the drive and the heart to make it happen. So with that, I will be closing the show. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I love everybody. Please come to the bathroom, enjoy the night, drive home safe. Thank you guys.